So, hi guys, good morning. So, you can hear me, right? Okay, so hi, good morning. So, this week is our week 9. So, as you all guys already know, for week 9, we have midterm, but the midterm will be on 21st of August, which is today concurrently for all branch. So tomorrow, don't forget your midterm. I already post here. Eh? No, no, no. This one. 21st, tomorrow, Saturday, week 9, this week, 10 to 12 p.m. Okay, so from chapter 1 to chapter 5 and Google Form. Okay, this one, I leave this part to you guys to read. However, this is important tomorrow. Okay, so as you can see here, if we follow this course plan, this week we have no lecture, but we will cover whatever we haven't covered for the past week. For lecture and practical, we will do practical and maybe some discussion on your assignment progress. Okay, so for lecture last week, I remember I uploaded. It's not last week. It's actually let's look. Past year paper. So we only have what's left is only for the past year paper 2. So past year paper 1 we already discussed. So today we will start our class with past year paper 2. So I assume you guys already read this past year paper 2, right? Did you guys already have you guys already read past year paper 2? So guys, yeah. So if you go to this room, this classroom, here I attach the past year, the article with the Google form. So I give you, I forgot actually. One, so this one I delete. So one, two, three, four, five, six. So for past year paper 2, I give you guys until 9:30 to answer past year paper 2. So whoever haven't read, you still have time to read past year paper 2 for until 9:30. Okay, guys? Is that okay with you guys? Oh, by the way, before I leave you guys to do your passive paper 2, actually, the article for tomorrow, for midterm tomorrow, I already, I already, I already received the article, but this article actually, the we were we were told to release this article by 10 a.m. today. The article for tomorrow test. Yeah, we should all branch should all. I mean, no, I mean all the lecture. Oh, yeah, I thought it's so weird too, but it's already. Let me find the. Give me 1 minute. It's only the article, not the question. So release article before tomorrow. Yeah, only the article, not the question. But let me find the what the CC said. Right now. Okay, guys, as you can see. Ah, uh-oh. By the way, uh, you can see in the message box there. That one is the message from the CC. I pull out her message. So later they will a password. Later the document will ask for a password. Okay. So the article is only for this class or this subject only. Okay. So cannot share with anyone for other reason. And the question or the article, sorry, the question tomorrow. The article only will be released 24 hours before the midterm test for their preparation. We will do so for the okay. So since your test is tomorrow 10 a.m. So 24 hours before tomorrow is in today 10 a.m. today. But I think for our class maybe I will release after my class which is 12 p.m. Depends on our class today. But the article for sure will be released by today. Okay, only the article, not the question. Okay, the article only. So before this one, we will later. I will release later, maybe after our class, after 12 p.m. And here is the password. I will share again with you in the WhatsApp because I already see they will ask for this password, and I will share again in our WhatsApp. So for now, what I want you guys to do is what I want you guys to do is go to your Google Classroom and find the past year paper 2 and answer the past year paper 2. Because that one is the last, because we already actually we already finished our exercise 3 article and the 2 past year paper. So now I give until 9:40, 30, 40, 9:35 for you guys to answer the past year paper. Then we will discuss. Okay? Forget about the midterm first. This one is later. So until 9:35, you go and answer the past year paper 2. This one. Okay? Okay, guys. Can I'll take it as okay. So okay, see you at 9:35. So, hi guys. So, have you guys finished reading it? And but why I only received two response? So, you guys answering the question, right? Yeah, and I only received two response, but oh, uh, 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 um, mm, mm, mm. I give you 5 more minutes, but I think as you all know, this passive paper have no mark, so this one is just for discussion. So I give 5 more minutes until 9:40 until, and then we will discuss the answer for this article, for this question, the question for this article. Yes, Ivan, thank you. So, okay, guys, I think we can discuss the question now. So, as you can see from my screen, okay, so this is this is the article. This is the article for past year paper 2. Okay, so this article is the student perspective of classroom and classroom classroom and distance learning during COVID-19 pandemic in the undergraduate dental study program Universitas Indonesia. So, okay, assuming we already read the question this article, so here the first question, what is the objective of this study? What is the objective of this study, or what is the reason they conducted this study? Rachel, what is the, based on the article, what is the objective for the first question? Here, based on the article, what is the objective of this study? Here. Mm, okay, yes. But before we go to his answer, let's see from the article how did he get the answer. So, okay, this one is our article. So, actually, this article cannot be highlighted. I cannot highlight this article. By the way, here, as you can see from the abstract, as I always told you, you can find so many things from the abstract, starting from the background until to the conclusion of your research. So here they ask what is the objective or why they conduct this research. So here, okay, I assume you guys already read this. So here we can get the objective. So here is the objective. We aim to evaluate the student perspective, yeah, perspective of the L compared to classroom learning in the undergraduate dentistry study program at the University Indonesia. So this is the main objective of this article. Okay, this is in the abstract. However, if you go to the introduction to, you can find, is it just now? No, it's in the background. So here, where is it just now? Right now. Here, this is the objective. They state again here in the background of their study, which is usually in the introduction. So the study aimed to analyze student perspective of SCAA delivered through this one, through full distance learning. Same with the abstract. Yes, yeah. Same with the one in the abstract. But in the answer here, I received here student perspective of classroom and distance learning. Here where is it? Here, student perspective. So to write an objective, this is, I think I already told you guys, for an objective, you need to write your objective something like this: to evaluate, to study, to determine, to monitor, or to something. This one, even though this is a correct objective, correct objective. However, this is not the right way for us to write our objective. This is only a statement. Okay, so objective, the question asks for objective, right? So you need to start your word with something like this. Okay, this is correct statement. However, this is not a correct objective. You need to start something like this. Okay, so if you give something like this, maybe I won't give you full mark. I'm not sure whose answer is this. So if the answer, if the mark is 3, maybe you will only get 2. Okay, maybe you will only get 2. Okay, so here to evaluate the student perspective. Okay, this one is the same one between Rachel and Farah Vincent. These two is the objective to evaluate, to evaluate. Okay, so remember, don't leave your statement like this. You need to add your word at the front. Okay, so that one for the first question, to evaluate the student perspective of the L compared to CL of this student. Okay, that one is the first question. Now let's move to the second question. So, what is the main rationale? What is the research gap? Why they conduct this study? What is the main problem? What is the main rationale? It's like why they conduct, oh yeah, what is the main reason they conduct this research? Hmm. Wong, this Wong, why or what is the reason? What is the reason they conducted this research? Wong, Nyap, how? Yeah, this one. Actually, okay. Daniel, what is the main rationale or why they conducted the research? Huh? Mm, Wang Zisheng. Other than Wang Zisheng, why do you think they conducted this research? Okay, so this one is same with this one. Okay, so actually here we have three answer, but the this Wong, this double Wong give the more or less the same answer. By the way, the correct answer should be these two. This one, despite previous report and this one. Okay, before we go to this one, let's go to the question. Here, actually, this is the reason. I think this one already copied by Wong just now. So this is the reason why they conducted this study is because the lack of study. Here, as you can see, to full online learning has not been widely available. So in the question, if they ask you, what is the purpose, it's not what is the purpose, or they ask you what is the reason. Reason and objective is not same. Objective is why you conduct the reason. No, objective and reason. No. Objective and reason, rationale is not the same. Rationale is what lead you to the research or what make you start the research. However, objective is what you want to do for the research. So it's two different things. So in your article, where you can find the reason, the main problem they want to conduct the research, usually they will start at background or introduction part. Sometimes in what do you call this? Abstract also have, but usually people will start in background or introduction part. Okay, so here they start in a background. So this is the reason. Methods compared to full online learning has not been widely available. So, hmm, actually, this is the reason. Wong, in your exam, don't give me, what do we call this? Reference. Reference, right? Uh, yes, don't give me reference. Remove this part. I don't want reference. So this is the correct reason or the correct answer actually. Despite previous reports on the comparison of CL and DL has not been widely available. So they want to conduct to evaluate more on the student perspective. So this is the main reason. Uh, the main reason why they conducted the research. Okay, here this one is objective. Objective is not the rationale, or what we call in research as this one, research gap. Okay, so it is not a rationale. Okay, Daniel. So here is the same with the above Wong. So there is lack of research. Same with the reason mentioned above. It's actually lack of research. So they want to conduct more research because lack of research, so lack of reference. This one, Farah Vincent, should be your objective. Okay, like I said, objective is not the gap of your research. So rationale here is actually what is the main rationale for conducting this study, or what is the research gap, is because lack of research done, as you can see here. That's mean, yeah, lack of research. So that is the reason why they conduct uh, this current research. However, in this current research, this is the objective that they want to observe. So research gap is not objective research. Research research gap is not your research objective. Okay, so this is wrong. So usually to get the gap, you can go to the introduction or the background part of your article. Usually it will be on the last, not necessary, but usually in the last paragraph of the introduction or your background of your research. Okay, they will highlight what you want to do, as you can see here in this particular, yeah, here is the last paragraph of background. So this one, despite until this one, is the reason why they want to conduct this study. Okay, so this is the research gap. So here is the research gap, and then as you can see, therefore the study aim to analyze. So this is the objective. This objective is to tackle this gap of this research. Okay, so that's how you get the gap. Usually in abstract too, they will mention, but here I think this one is clearly explained in this paragraph. Here is your research gap, and then this one is the thing that you want to do to cover this gap or to tackle this gap, to fill this gap. I understand. Yeah, good for you. Okay, so Alvin, do you, un- Alvin, do you understand? Jing, Jing Lim, what's his name? Jing Ming Lim, Lim Jing. Eh, this guy, Jing Ming Lim. Do you understand? Kelvin Shark, do you understand?
Oh yeah.
This guy is not here again, Jing Ming Lim. So I'm talking alone. Oh, okay, okay. Because last time, by the way, that one is for that question. So let's move to the next question. So here, this one, I think this one is quite easy because they ask type of respondent. Okay, by referring to the research article, we need to identify this element. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So type of respondent, number of question, or number of element question in the questionnaire, method, scope, sample size, and duration. So Ivan, this one, what is your answer for this one? 1 until 6. What is your element? I mean, what is your answer for this one? Ivan and Nathan. This Nathan. Zhao, Yuan, Nathan, Su. Wow. Who else just now I mentioned? Ivan. Duration of the data collection. Duration of the data collection. Can I say 1 to 2 months? May, June, can. But what is this influenced by student preference? So here, first, second, and third, correct. 22 online questionnaire. Faculty, total 301, May to June. Influence, student 22 questionnaire. Influence duration. Where did you get this one? Influenced by student. Actually, this one is the correct answer. So here, this one all you can get from the article actually. So here, type of respondent. This one is the first, second, and third year of undergrad student. Okay, this one is clearly stated in the article. First, second, and third year undergraduate student. Okay, number of question in the questionnaire. This one also I read. There are 22 here questionnaire. You can found actually 20, 22. Okay, and then data collection method. How do we get our data or how do we collect our data is by questionnaire, online questionnaire distributed to the student. So it is an online questionnaire. And then number 4, geographic scope. Geographic scope. So um, geographic scope in a research, but I think for your assignment, they don't have this part. Usually, sometimes when you're writing a thesis, they will ask for a scope. So one of the scope is the geographic scope, where it will be conducted or who, yeah, I think you know the term geographic scope, where it will be conducted. Okay, so where it will be conducted. So here it will be conducted at this place, University of Indonesia. This faculty in this university. Okay, so that is geographic scope. Sample size. Sample size, this one, I already explained in our lecture what is sample size. So here also, please state in the article 301 student, 301 undergrad student, and duration of the data collection is May to June to 2020. So if you want to say here, sorry, can 1 to 2 months can. Mhm. Semester. I think here already end of semester. I read mm, here can end of semester because it's mentioned here, right? End of semester. But is it duration? The end of semester. Oh, end of semester is not the duration. It is true. It is mentioned that it will be conducted or they will distribute at the end of semester, but this is not the duration. Duration is uh the time taken. This one, even though this is in the article, but I cannot accept the answer because this is not the duration. Can you say student or unit type of student? student, type of student. Can just say student. For type of respondent student. Can student. You can say student only. Geographic can just say the country Indonesia. Actually, geographic is referring to a place. Yes, you can say Indonesia. But here in this article, they already specify this university. Okay, so you need to be specific with your answer. You need to state this university, Universitas Indonesia. Okay, Kelvin Shak. Okay. Okay, 4 times. That means that's all okay. So can we move to the next? However, I don't understand. Ivan, what do you mean by this? Influenced by student preference. Actually, the duration is between 1 or 2 months from May to June. So I think this is the only answer that I will accept. May to June or 1 to 2 months. This one influence. Did I read it wrongly? Sample size, duration. I don't think this one is correct answer. So, this one also cannot read it wrongly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I think you know how to get the duration. Okay. How long the research or how long the questionnaire is given to the student. Okay. Let's move to the next question. So here they ask. Okay. So here they ask us to classify the data collected. So here they give nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, discrete, or continuous. Wait, nominal. So here part A, general information, the demographic. This one is we call as demographic. Gender, year of study, and GPA. Oh, pointer, I think. And then mean score value for collection of items of part B, preference, and part C, effectiveness, and D, satisfaction. So we need to classify the data collected type of data that we collect for part A and part A. Wait, part A, this one, and part B, part C, and part D. But wait, part A is general information. Mean score, mean score value for part B, part C. Oh, okay. So classify this data 1, 2, 3, 4. Celine, Xiu Ting Chin. Celine, what is your answer for this question? Celine and Konkenshak. What is your answer for this one? Wish. I mean, sorry. I didn't save my answer. I tried. Never mind, Chuck. Farah Vincent, you want to share your answer for this one? Farah Vincent. Oh, wait ah. I think my question here is what? Oh, so only part 1 and part 2. Right. Okay, this one they just ask for type of data actually. So here, nominal continuous. Mm, nominal continuous. So here, this is the answer. Actually, the thing is, I think the question, but if you read, you should know. I combine these two questions. So actually, there's two answer. Actually, this one and this one. So your answer should be in this form. Okay. So for part A, student gender, year of study, and GPA, it should be nominal and discrete. So you should go actually and uh gender nominal. Uh, what is this? What is this? Actually, they ask to give data or to give your answer or to classify the data collected between this one as this one. So I'm not sure what is this. Maybe this is the data that you get. Okay, so the answer actually this one, nominal, discrete, ratio, continuous data. Okay, so if you do not know this one, I already explained in our, I remember, I explained this in my lecture. Did I? Yeah, I already explained. So this is the data. This is the type of data actually. Type of data. Yeah, type of data. So, what? Yeah, I think you should go and actually read back the. If you do not know in exam, no, no. Later you need to. If you don't understand, just Google. Okay, so me too. I Google this one. So this is the type of data. However, this is in our lecture note. So you need to answer this one. They ask not the type. This one, this question shouldn't return answer like this. Okay, this one is totally out because they already asked you to classify the type of data between these four, five, two actually, five. Okay, so this one is the answer for this one. This one, I don't think I want to explain because this is the only type of data. Okay, you should go check each of this because I also go check this type of data. Okay, so this is the answer. Ratio continuous data, you should know. But actually in research, right, mm, it is, I won't say very rare. In the presentation, they will ask a question like this. It's very rare they will ask what type of or data that you collected because usually they will ask something like this. What is your return? It's not programming, but what is your result? What is your return result? But yeah, maybe because this is a subject, so they ask something like this. Okay. So even though when we are reading our article, it is usually they will highlight something like this. They will highlight this point of content. I mean this type of content, this type of point in your article. However, we need to understand this one too. Okay, they didn't state in the article, but we need to know based on the question. GPA is nominal. Question is pretty bad. Yeah. Question make it confusing to answer. Yes, I agree with you. Yeah, I think in your exam, if you answer, I will check, of course. I will check. Even if you return your answer like this, if it is correct, so I will give you mark. Okay? GPE question is pretty bad. GPE is nominal. Yes, GPE is nominal. Actually, data. GPA. Data that is used for naming. But yeah, Kelvin, the answer here is I use interval cast question like that. Interval. GPA. Wait, I have a note here. Continuous ratio. Continuous ratio. Uh, no, continuous ratio, but we can measure our CGPA. Hmm. No, 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 no. Continuous. Hmm. Hmm. Continuous. Well, actually, I do not know how to explain this question too, but let's hope that they won't ask this kind of question in exam. But even they ask in the exam, even they have the sample answer, but um, first, if they ask this kind of question in exam, what I will do first is I will do something like this. I will go and search each of these data type, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, discrete, continuous. Okay, I will search. Honestly, I'm not really familiar with this thing. I will search each of this, okay? And then I will check your answer. For example, like this one, I will check your answer like this one. If I think it is relevant with your answer, then I will give mark to your answer. Okay, don't worry with this question because I am the one who should be worried because I'm marking your paper. So just answer based on you think that how you can answer. Okay, if you do not know the words, is of course you can Google, but you shouldn't. But you know what to do, right? So yeah, let's skip this question because I don't really agree how to differentiate interval and ratio. So interval here, I wrote here interval integer data type. Interval and ratio. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Oh, this one. Ability to dip below zero. This one is too deep. I mean, wait. Interval and ratio. Interval and ratio. Interval and ratio. Don't like this one. Ratio. Interval. I think, Jonathan Ian, I don't think I can answer your question. This is the form, but what ratio? Mm, mm, mm. No, I think for this question, I will come back to you later as well because I am not sure this one. Of course, this is ratio, but what is the difference?
Yeah, because
One
the question can just now, the mean score value, that one I put interval, but means you put ratio. So I actually I was
mean,
thinking how to do the question.
Differentiate.
Just now the partial question, there's the second part ask the mean score value, that one.
Yeah,
You miss you put ratio, but I put interval. But then I also not sure which one should I use. But I know it's one of the
this
two,
one.
one of the other two. Yeah, that part. It's either one, it's either interval or ratio, but I don't know how to differentiate. So
This one, I do not know how to explain too, but for this one, I will come back to you later because I am not familiar with this type of question, data type. Okay, guys,
okay.
I'm sorry for that, but I cannot give you answer. Later, if I give you answer, then salah, then I'm so dead. Okay, so this one, later I will come back to you as well. Okay, so let's move to the next question. I'm not confident actually with this type of question. Why they want to ask what the data type? Oh, because we are learning. Okay, no, I know. So let's move to the next question. Okay, guys, can we move? Okay, I take it as yes. Let's move to the next question. So assume the researcher. Oh, okay. So this one we need to write a null hypothesis based on these two statement here. This one is there is a significant, this one, and this one, two. So you need to write out two null hypothesis. So, Kelvin Shark, what is the null hypothesis for this one? I think null hypothesis is quite easy. You just state the, it's not negative, but you should state the, yeah, you should relate. Hmm. Jeremiah, what is another null hypothesis that you can write from this statement? Yeah, this one is the first one. Then the second one, okay, this one is the correct null hypothesis for the first statement. So for null hypothesis, like I already explained, null hypothesis is hypothesis that we state there is no relation. There's no relation between our variables. So satisfaction, what? Wait, what is second? Learning satisfaction, gender, and different year of study. Different year. Okay. So this one is the correct uh null hypothesis. Okay, there's no relation or there's no relation between the variable. So even before you go to this null hypothesis, like I always says, it is very important just from the title, you know what is the variable. What is the variable? So that from that variable, you need no from that title you need to be able to identify what is the variable, and then from that variable you can come out with your hypothesis or null hypothesis. So now they ask what is the null hypothesis, so you just state no significance correlation, and no significance, or there's no relation between your variable. Okay, so this one is the correct null hypothesis. Instead, the data analysis technique that should be adopted to the test hypothesis. So based on this hypothesis, how can we, or no, what is the data analysis that should be adopted? Regression. How are you going to do the regression analysis on this one, on this question? Oh, how Pearson. Pearson, if okay. Pearson, Pearson's correlation is actually a technique to see or to test, to see or to test what is the relation between two variable. Oh, it's not two. What is the relationship between the variable of our, no, yeah. Pearson correlation is actually a technique to test or to see what is the relationship between our variable in our research. Okay, you can use this one to test the relationship, to see what is the relationship. In exam, you need to state relationship of what. So here to test the relationship between the variable. Okay, this one is not a full statement. To test the relationship of what variable. Okay, here regression analysis is, yeah. Correlation regression analysis should be used to test hypothesis by checking correlation. I think this one can be explanation. It's not explanation, can be yeah, this one. Regression analysis should be used to prove hypothesis by checking the correlation between their variables. I think this one is accepted because you already state your technique and reason. This one I said is now can to test the variable, the relationship between the variable. Rachel, what is your answer for this one? Noel. So any relation. So can any analysis method. Any analysis method that is suitable for the question, for the situation given. Okay, because as we all know, we have different type of research. So in the different type of research, not all methods are suitable. Okay, so as long as you can find the suitable one and you can give explanation, yes. But before I accept the explanation, of course we need to check the technique if it is suitable or not, and then I will go to the explanation. This one is this. Oh, this one is this one just now. Okay, so you already add your variable. I didn't know answer the technique. Okay, the technique is, I think in last week, yeah, lecture. I didn't answer the technique. It's okay. Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss. Yes, Noel. What is your answer for this one? What is your technique and what is your explanation for your technique for this one? To test, how can we test the hypothesis? What technique should be adopted? But this one is okay already. Your technique and your explanation. Make sure to answer in full. Okay? So that's how you answer. Of course, just now Elvin. It can be analysis as long as it is correct and you have your explanation. Full explanation. It's 10 already. Wait, okay. So okay. So that one is the answer for the last, no, not last. This one. So let's move. Okay, here the last question. By referring to our article, do you think non-sampling error due to non-response error should be considered as one of the main concerns should affect the validity of the research? Justify your answer. Yes or no, and state your reason. Hmm, 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 Kon Ken Shak, what is your answer? And Jing Meng Lim, what is your answer for this one? Uh, What is so what is your answer for this one? Jing Meng Lim and Kon Ken. Hmm, hmm. Daniel, non-respond error. Okay. Okay, sorry, I was disconnected. So, oh, so this question, non-sampling error should be considered of one of the main concern. Ah, so anyone wants to share the answer? Other than this one is actually more to our opinion. If you guys remember, it's not last week. I think last week, before last week, actually there's a question, the last question too, between they ask the type of research of yeah that they ask the type of research, the one that I disagree with Kelvin Shark and Jonathan Ian too. So actually when they ask the type, it's not when they no when they ask for opinion, right, in research, for example like this one, and no can be yes and no can be correct, huh? Yes and no can be correct, yeah, as long as they ask because for that particular question too, in our lecture, I mean the group that for other branch for research method, they have the same is this sub conversation, they have the same discussion for 1 week only for that question. So like everyone try to justify the answer, but I'm not interested to justify because for me that's opinion. But for some lecturer, they are very strict. Yeah, they are very strict. So they are strict with the answer. That means they need to the answer should be based on what they I won't say based on what they say, but like they are very firm on their answer. Of course, we need to be very firm in our in research. But I think for this kind of question, as long as you can justify your answer, I will accept your answer. Okay. So here, other than this one, who wants to explain anything? Noel, you want to share your answer on this one? No, not sure on this one too. Noel, don't forget. Last week we have because you didn't attend, so you need to try to do the mock test. Mock test is dry run. Okay, Daniel, what do you think on this one? What do you think, Daniel? Hmm. 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 Celine, what do you think, Celine? If everyone have an answer, it's actually this kind of question. Of course, here, like I said just now, there's no. I won't say there's no right or wrong, but of course you need to justify your answer. So in exam, of course you need to state first yes or no. Don't directly jump to your explanation. So you need to state why no. So this is the reason this shouldn't be tagged as a concern because it that matters as long as the region because data caused by as long as the sample size is large enough, the variation of data caused by the error will be negligible. Okay, so this is the reason. So you need to state yes or no, and then you need to give your reason. Okay, are we good on this question? So that's the last question. My other opinion, non-sampling. Yes, will be okay. So your reason is yes because if this okay, so if this is more, if the number due to non-response have occurred more, but your explanation here is different, it's not in the same, or it's not in the same, not situation, what do we call this? Not in the same case, yeah. It is not in the same case with the above mentioned above. So if the number of non-sampling error due to non-response error have occurred more than the response received, definitive data would be affected. Yeah, this is the different case from the one above. So if you state your case like this, first you said it's yes, and then if you state your case like this, and then you will con you conclude your answer, so should be okay because you state and then you justify and then you conclude. So it will affect the validity of the result. Okay, this one is fine. Okay, any more want to share answer? But if you just say yes or no, hmm, how much is this? 3 if I'm not mistaken, or 4. So if you just say yes or no, then just 1 mark for you. Okay, any other? Actually, I'm excited to release the article for you. So Jeremiah, do you want to share your answer or do you have answer you want to share? Jeremiah, no. So I think, sorry, I haven't done yet. It's okay. So for exam, no, for tomorrow, for tomorrow, like I said, I already I forgot already what I said last week, but I already informed, if I'm not mistaken, 2 hours, 50 mark. Already. What I said last week. Did I start here? I think I already mentioned last week. So next week, tomorrow, you need to answer all the question within 2 hours. Objective and this kind of question. Okay. So yeah, write yes or no 1 mark and justify. Yes, this one is based on this one. State already here. This one, yes or no, is 1 mark. And then justification is 3 mark. 1 for yes and no, justification 3 of 1. What non-sampling and non-response sampling error. Miss, what's the difference between non-sampling and non-response error? Do you know what is sampling? What is sampling? Before we move to that one, what is sampling? Sample. How do we get sample from, for example, in a population? How can you relate? Let me think. Sampling. What was my question? Non-sample is not giving the question and non-response. Not sample is not giving. The questionnaire. Non-sampling. Non-response. It should be. Hmm. This one is your answer for this one, right? The last question, Alvin. The last Q. So it is yes or no. It is yes or no for this one. Okay. So yes, you need to start first. It's on large group of students. So respond is necessary from. Yes, it should consider as one of the concern. I think your answer is same with so respond. It should, yes, it should be considered. This is your yes, and this one is your result. It should is this one because the objective research objective research target. I think you mean this one should be research target, not research objective. I think this one should be research target. Research target is on large group of students, not research objective. But I will accept this answer. Not research objective. Make sure you know your term. This one should be research target. I think you mean about the uh I think you mean about the number of participants. So it should be your research target, not your research objective. Okay, this one I will accept the answer. What different non-sampling and non-response error? Non-sampling, first we go to non-response. I think this one is so obvious. This one, non-response. And non-sampling is not the, for example, just now I asked you what is sample. So sample is actually the number. it's not the number, the people that involved in our research. In this case, it is those who get the questionnaire. So non-sampling is this one. Okay, so actually before we answer this one, this kind of question, what is non-sampling and non-response error, we should know what is sample, in research. So here is the answer. So you should know what is sample first before we go to this one. Okay, Jeremiah? Yeah, but I think sample is okay. Daniel, Daniel, you want to say or you want to share your answer? Oh, you haven't. Okay. So can we move? But before we move, actually, just now I asked. Hmm, let me think. Hmm, before I release the question, let's do the practical. Okay. So here is our. So we already finished everything. Hmm, we already finished this one, this article. We already finished our article exercise. Sorry, this exercise. We already finished this exercise 1 to 3 article and 2 past year paper. So we already finished this one, past year paper 1 and past year paper 2. This one just now. Okay, so we already finished everything. So I don't want to release the article now. So let's proceed or let's finish whatever we haven't finished with the previous week, which is our practical, our data analysis. So before I release the article for midterm tomorrow, we finish these two first. Okay, so this one is actually this one is only short. This one you go to open your practical and open 5 data analysis PSPP multiple regression. Okay, go and open the multiple regression. So for practical, today we will cover two uh, two lecture note, which is multiple regression and factor analysis. This won't take long because I only did this one for 5 minutes. Okay. But before we move, can we have like 10-minute break until 58? Oh, until 11. 12 minutes then. 12-minute break, okay? Okay, thank you. So hi guys. So so let's proceed with practical. So let's proceed with practical reminder. Please update. Ah, okay. So let's proceed with our this one multiple regression. Okay. So you guys can get right this one set with the data set for practical 5. You guys can hear me? Yes. Okay, so here is multiple regression. So we will do these two practical today, 5 multiple regression and factor analysis. So this one is multiple regression. So before we go to this practical, anyone know what is regression mean? What is regression? Is it stat here? What is regression? No, it's not stat here. By the way, what is regression? Wong, what is regression? Hmm, I don't think. Never mind. I don't think you know this. By the way, if people say, for example, if people say um, regression testing or regression development, that's mean that thing is the thing that we keep on doing. For example, if people say something like regression testing on our product, that's mean we keep on testing the product. That is regression testing actually. Okay, that one is not related to this, but that one is more to your programming. So here in this multiple regression, we will learn about uh, understand the theoretical underpinning in the use of multiple regression in undergraduate research, run multiple regression analysis using statistic and multiple and interpret the multiple regression output. Okay, this one is the same, these two. Corresponding, yeah, these two is the same. And yes, that's the definition, okay, in research. So now here, this is our learning objective. And then this is the introduction. So multiple regression is frequently used to determine the predictors which contribute towards an educational endeavor, such as understanding what predictors affect. So the predictors affect educational achievement. At the policy at the policy decision making at the policy decision making level, this analysis is useful as it helps decision maker decide which direction could lead the desired outcome. So this one is like this one. It helps to decide which direction could lead the desired outcome. It is like a predictor. You know what is predictor, right? That is an English term, predict, and it is like a predictor actually to decide which direction could. It's not necessary, but it can help to decide which direction it could lead the desired outcome. It's like predicting, okay? Multiple regression. It will predict the outcome. Okay. Multiple regression is a statistical technique used to analyze this one just now I asked the relationship between single and several independent. Okay, so we will use this one as a predictor. So result is an equation that represent the best prediction of dependent variable, which is here x and y as the variable from several dependent, from few dependent or from several independent variable, which here is x1, it can up to xn. N is referred to the number of our variable. Okay, what is multiple regression? So to use multiple regression, you must able to divide your variables into dependent and independent variable. Again, we need to be able to identify. Here they said divide. So actually we need to, it is very crucial. It's not only for research method, but for research, it is very crucial to identify our variable, independent and dependent variable. Same goes to this one. So dependent and independent. Dependent and independent variable must be metric, interval, and ratio scale. Example here is the test score. So in certain instance, non-metric independent variable can be used if changed into dummy variable. Dummy is, do you know what is the, before we go, dummy, dummy is like testing, it's not testing. For example, I'm not sure if you heard about dummy data. Dummy data in database is a data that we use to like play around with the is the data that you use to play around the dummy data. So here same with the dummy variable. Okay, so how do I explain the dummy variable? It's like dummy variable, not the real one. Yeah, not the real one. Dummy data or dummy variable. Coding of 0 and 1. For example, gender variable code as 0 and 1 for code 0 for male and 1 for female. This one is we declare. This one 0 for female, 0 for male, and 1 for female. So here, you just click on the file for 5A. You should have 5A. Yeah, you should just click on 5A, and then you click this file up here. Oh, it's not file, up here. And then I think you just follow this one. You just follow the instruction until patch 8. Okay. You follow the instruction here step by step. You open the file or click on the folder icon, and then you click here on the bottom left here, which is, what is this? I already did this one. Variable view and is this one? Data view. You have to set, which is data view, and where you have to tap, not set, tap variable view and data view. And then you go on the top of the analyze, no, on the top of your patch, which is analyze, you go to regression and you click on linear. Okay, up to that part here, we need to transfer. We need to, there's actually this one. We need to degender, as you can see here. We need to transfer dependent variable as post test and independent variable dummy for treatment here as per here. So degender is actually, degender is not gender. Degender is, degender is, which one is night? I try. Dummy for gender. Degender is dummy for gender. Okay, degender is dummy for gender, not the gender on the data here. This one is dummy for gender as per slide. So do you get up to that part here? Yes. Okay. Then let's move. And then after you get that one, you just follow this click statistic linear from the regression dialog. This one is on the pop-up win it's not window. Pop-up like message. You click on statistic bottom left, and then you need to tick on coefficient R correlation and R and ANOVA. Three box you need to tick coefficient R and ANOVA. So it will return this data in the result. And then click on save and then predict value and residual. And then you click continue and then okay. And then you will get your data. So this should be your data. So your data should be something like this. But I think the data is quite different from the slide. But regardless, your data, you will get this one, post-test score. This one, you will get this data, post-test score, ANOVA, and coefficient R. Okay. Anyone have any problem on this step? And then if you already, I assume you guys can get the same result as mine because we are using the same data, so there's no problem actually. So you will get this data, okay? So here, this is the last, or this is the, here is interpreting multiple regression output. So here is the data significant, as you can see here, 0.00. The six independent variable. So the six independent variables significantly affect the dependent variable, which is less than 0.05. Okay, so that one is for practical 5. How we get or how we use this PSPP to do this multiple regression. So any problem? Any question? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm about to say your name, Daniel. So see, Nathan, Sue, have any question? Sue, okay. So this one is your output for practical 5. So you should get the same with mine because we are using the same data, set of data. So now let's move to practical 6, factor analysis. Okay, factor analysis. So factor analysis is a static factor analysis is a statistical technique for identifying which underlying factor are measured by bigger number of observed variable. So the underlying factor is usually the variable that difficult to measure, such as IQ, depression, or extraversion. Because actually, I mentioned this in our first lecture. It's not in like first lecture, but I mentioned this in our earlier lecture. The type of research, if I'm not mistaken, to measure the satisfaction of the customer. Yeah, to measure the satisfaction. So this type of research For example, here to measure IQ, depression, or extraversion. Usually, this is the type or the level or the research that sometimes, it's not sometimes, it is hard to or difficult to measure. But actually, there are sometimes we need, there are research, and of course, sometimes we need to observe, it's not observe, we need to measure this one, IQ, depression, or extraversion. Okay, so for this type of data or for this type of research, sometimes we often try to write multiple questions that at least partially reflect the factors. Of course, we cannot get the exact or the, yeah, the exact value, but at least we have the, it's not, we have the, we almost there. Of course, we cannot get the exact value, but we're almost there to get the value. So the basic idea is to illustrate this in the following here. So this one is factor analysis for basic idea to test the IQ. So now, if question 1, 2, and 3 are all measured in numeric IQ, here as you can see here in this tag image, then the percent correlation among these items should be substantial. Respondent with high numeric IQ will typically score high and all three question and reversely. That's mean um, here they are trying to say that if the person who have high IQ, usually they will tend, yeah, usually the people tend to score high score in three question. Same reasoning goes for question 4, 5, 6. So actually for all, if they have or high IQ, usually the people will tend to score high high value of IQ. Okay, so like I said, it's not like I said, and as previous year also, this is music difficult to measure, but of course sometimes we need the data. So of course we need to do something to capture or get the data. So this is the least that we can do by doing something like this. Okay, so this is the example. But for your assignment, I don't think any of you got one satisfaction. Satisfaction, whose group? Satisfaction towards financial and safety. I think it's Daniel group. Yeah. You don't have to be complicated for your data. You just use simple data or simple analysis tool. If I'm not mistaken, it's Daniel. Satisfaction towards financial and safety. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. So this one is factor analysis. Exploratory factor analysis. The software tries to find group of variables that are highly incorrelated. So this one for first question until 9, same goes to this one. So they are trying to see what is the variable that are highly incorrelated. So as you can see here, they are only tackle on the 1, 2, 3. It's like they are between the variable itself. One with one until 3 with themselves. Same goes to 4 and 6 and 7 to 9. This one and this part. Okay, so this one is the type of questionnaire. So actually, for your assignment, I haven't, but that's okay. I haven't see this type of question yet in any. Yeah, I remember. No, usually for your, mostly for your assignment for your group, you only include one or two of this kind of question. That means you only include everything within questionnaire. So you only have one or two that include Likert scale from 1 to 5. Okay, actually, if you do proper research, this one is the one that you should have in your questionnaire. Okay, mine last time I have, I think from 30 question, but after I already sent to the expert, they reduced my question to 15 only. After so many rejection, I only get 15. So the number of question is not important, but it is very important, like I said, The number of your questionnaire, the number of respondent is not important. But what's important is the data that you get. Sometimes people, mm, but maybe some people they don't understand that some question they ask, even if I answer some questionnaire, sometimes when I answer the questionnaire, I will tend to think why they need to ask that question. What is the relevance of that question? Okay, so here as you can see, 17 is considered a lot already. 17 for a research, because usually for research, when you send to expert, they will reduce or reject your questionnaire if your questionnaire doesn't bring any significance to your research. So 17, I think this one is a lot of question to ask. So for your questionnaire, some of you 10, 10 is okay, as long as you can get your data and as long as you can produce your result that refer back to your title. If not, your data is, I won't say useless, but there's nothing can be done to your data then. Okay. So here you need to open your dataset 6A. Okay, open your data set of 6A and then you go to the run analyze on the top and then you go to factor analyze. In factor analyze, you need to select all of these questions from question 1 to question 17 to your variable. And then you need to click extraction on the bottom of the pop-up interface and then you do like this. But actually, if I'm not mistaken, when we already click extraction, they already have value here, 25 and 1, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't have to change that one because they will ask you guys to change here. So you need to change your, this one value over 1.00 and maximum iteration for convergence is 25. And then you click on continue. Once you click on continue, you need to click on rotation. Rotation, you need to click Varimax. And I think there are few slightly different with this one, with the slide here. But it's okay. You just click on Varimax and here maximum iteration is 25 and then you continue. So you click OK and then you will get this result. Component matrix, component matrix and rotated component matrix as in my screen here. So I assume none of you should have encountered with any issue because we are using the same data set. And if you follow exactly the step here in the slide, you should get the same result as mine and the same result as, yeah, the same result as mine. Okay, so here, rotated component matrix here, as you can see here, this is the highlight, remove any cell that below 0.5. So this is the reason we need to interpret the output of the result. This is the result. This is not a data anymore. So like I already explained, what is the difference between data and result? Data is the unprocessed result. Result is the written result. Yeah, result is the processed data. So this one is the result already. So in research, at least, even though you haven't go for your FYP, but at least I hope you know what is the difference between data and result. Okay, so you should get this one. Okay, so I assume you guys get the same one. So for this practical, can you guys finish it or any question? Concan Shark, do you have any question? Ivan? should be no problem because yeah, we use the same data set because I did the practical too. So if I can manage to get the result, I think you guys should get the result too. So Ivan, do you have any question? Ivan is not responding. So, mm, eh, wait, what is this? Wait. Okay. Uh, mm, mm. Okay. So, mm. Actually, this one I want to show you guys this one. So we already cover this one. This data set. So this one actually this one, two, wait, why we need revision? We don't even have exam. So okay. So yeah, we already finished everything except for this one, but this one we can move forward to next week. Validity discussion on result. So any question for today except for the data type just now? So just now I asked you guys, right? That it's not I asked. I thought you guys just now that I should no, the midterm paper will be released at 2 a.m. today. And then Kelvin Shark said it is weird. So Kelvin Shark, I want to ask your opinion. Should I release the question? No, it's not question. Should I release the article today to you guys or should I release it tomorrow? Just now, if I'm not mistaken. No, of course. Yeah, of course now. Because just now he said it's weird, right? I think so. It's weird too, but we follow the CC. Okay, so wait. Mm, it's not only me actually, it's all branch. We need to release it 24 hours. Where's my article? So wait, 1 minute. Mm, so this article, as mentioned here, yeah, we shouldn't do discussion, but it's okay. It's up to you guys. As you can see here, I no, where is it is now? You can see in my screen here. So this article is only for you guys only, for student only. So do not share. I just send whatever she taught us. So this article only for you guys. So do not share or give this article to anyone for any reason. Okay. And then this article will be released 24 hours. This now actually by 10 a.m. But we have class because if I release at 10 a.m. then none of you will focus in my class. So I release it now 11:29 for you guys. So go to your midterm file and find this article. So the password. Where is it just now? Where's my password? See can yeah. See if you can see if you can open that one. So do not share this article with anyone. Okay, I already informed you guys, so I've done my part. So can you guys try to see and open the article? Only the article, not the question. Okay, the question will be tomorrow. I also haven't received the question. So can you open, right? You can open, right? So as you can see, this is my article. So I don't know, but last night when I read this paper, there's a few terms that I am not familiar with, or I do not know. So you guys maybe, I said maybe. What you can do is you highlight. Here I agree with this guy, this one. Uh, find the general things. So maybe you can find your, maybe you can find your dependent, independent, what is the objective. What else do you think, guys, that needed for this article? Participant. Oh yeah. I think maybe you guys can focus the one with the same with the question just now in past year. Alah. The one they asked for the number of participant, number of question, the period or duration of the research. Maybe you need to focus on that one too. I'm not sure. I I have no idea too. I think the content is only 4, 6, 7. Okay, so can I think everyone can get the article, right? Celine, can you get the article? Noel, can you get the article? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, even though you have this article, right, tomorrow, uh, the student maybe the one that always got the electric problem, maybe in be, I don't know how to solve that one, but no, everyone need to attend the test tomorrow, okay? So maybe if you cannot attend tomorrow, you need to write a letter. So that's the article. So we still have 30 minutes. So I want to open this because you have class after this, right? At 12. Need to inform me? Yes. But of course, you need to write a letter for the, yeah, you need to write a letter. No electric. By the way, which area you stay? No, I think you and Farrell Vincent always get the same problem. No electric. Oh, Kalansanan menggatal, menggatal, Kalansanan. I heard this with Kalansanan, menggatal. Uh, oh, okay. Okay. So maybe tomorrow, okay, just be just be there for the test. Okay. So case closed for our test because we cannot discuss. I think maybe you can discuss, but not in this class. We were just informed to share the article with you guys, not to discuss. So you know what you should do. So since we have, I think, for 10 more minutes, So anyone want to share anything in general regarding your assignment? Kalian sana. Anyone want to share anything? Rachel, you want to share anything regarding your? Hmm. Yeah, I checked that one already. No, no, I haven't responded to you. But yeah, I received. I will respond to you by tonight. So other than that questionnaire, anyone want to ask? Oh, let me share with you. Yeah, Rachel, I haven't because I'm marking the test paper. So let me share with you the how to write LR. Okay, so who wants to be volunteer for me to share the title for LR? Let me open my file. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So whose group? Mm. Jonathan Ian haven't too. But do you mind if I open your group work now, Jonathan?
It's Jeremiah and Wong okay? I'm okay lah.
Jeremiah and Wong, is that okay if I share your group work now? Wong? 2 out of 3. Then yeah, okay then. Actually, I plan to return to you guys tonight to find out our committees.
Or the abstract I write it beforehand, so it's sort of like a template. I will change the end parts, like the conclusion stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I think abstract I will read at the end of the research. Oh, by the way, guys, I want to share, since I already have the permission. So because some of you haven't started writing, right? So I want to share how you guys should write your introduction or what is the difference between introduction and LR. Okay, some of you confused what is the difference between introduction and LR. In an introduction, you need to write about your title. What is the domain of domain is what is the domain of your title? That's mean what is your title? Who involved or what involved in your title? So that one you need to write in introduction part as well. However, in the introduction and your LR, the difference is introduction. Of course, we will talk about the title. Same goes to LR. But in introduction, we shouldn't go as deep or brief. Deep. Yeah, we shouldn't go as deep as our LR. In LR, we need to be very. It's not very, but LR shouldn't be as deep. DEEP. I think you know what I meant. So introduction shouldn't be as deep as LR. So how to write an LR actually? This is the method. I already show you guys already. I show you guys this one already last time. This one, how to write actually in a research. This is the method from the general to the specific title of yours, of your group. So here you maybe for commuter here, I write here, I comment here as good introduction. Why? Because this group has flow in their writing. That means they come from or they start from the general part of technology here, and then they go to a specific tools. It's not tools. I do not know what's the term, but they come from a general statement and then they go to the specific statement here. But in introduction, you shouldn't as deep as your LR. Okay. So here, like I told, they have a flow. As you can see, actually, this group is focusing on the meters in slash. But as you can see here, they introduce grab text grab. Yeah, this in general, and then only the passive it come to Asia, now here in Malaysia. So they didn't focus. Okay, so they focus on Malaysia. In connection. Huh? Break?
No, no, it's just your internet just now not that good just now. Like,
Uh, so here, like I said, group is have of writing because they're focusing on the writing from the general to the specific part. But here, as you can see here on this, I won't touch all, but in the last paragraph of their introduction, they are they are writing like a conclusion. It is not a conclusion, but they are writing what uh what this group want to do actually. So here in your introduction, I expect to see like mm, conclusion of, I mean like introduction on what you want to do on your title, on what you're planning to do. Actually, there are a few more group doing the same, but some other group they also include the research gap, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so problem statement.
the research gap, I put it under the problem statement here, this part.
However, this one is, I think this one is more or less like the research paper just now. But so yeah, you need to put or you need to state what is the reason or why you want to conduct your research here. However, or what is your research gap actually. So this is the objective. So this flow, if you read this flow, I mean, this flow is the same with the partial what is their problem, what is the rationale of their research, and then they state what is this, what is the objective of their research. Okay, research objective, I think research objective, I always research objective, I think most of you should know already how to write research objective. So like I said in our class just now, you cannot give me statement. You need to state something like this: to discover, to monitor, to identify, to determine, or to something. You need to do something, not some statement only. Okay, in again, because I read, I forgot already whose group, I forgot, specific specific what the specific domain in your title. So if you said in your title you have Kota Kinabalu Sabah, you need to mention this as well. Okay, in Kota Kinabalu Sabah. If not, then Okay, so here is the research question. So like I think I tell to all of you, research question should tackle your research objective. Okay, so what is the difference between research question and research objective? Research objective is something that you state throughout the experiment. What research do to answer the research objective? Okay, that one is research question. Term goes with hypothesis. You should know already what is hypothesis. So like I said, hypothesis, it's up to you guys. If you want to have 10, it's up to you as long as you can step back your hypothesis at the end of your research. Intro can write from general to specific. The LR also like that. Yes, intro general to specific, LR also like that. But the difference between LR and intro is LR is more specific, is more detailed than intro. Intro is like introduction, while LR is the or okay, Kelvin Shark. Yes. Okay, I take it as a yes. So this is your assumption. So assumption usually you have one, but I think in article, if you go to read article, yeah, I'm not. Never mind. Sometimes, of course, we will find assumption, and then your LR. So as one of the concern, all by all of you is the number of pages, right? Because the number of pages for this assignment is 20 to 25. So if you think that you have that concern, is you can pop can write more on how to write LR. Basically, in LR is we the part that for this one, factor influencing commuter satisfaction in using e-hailing service in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. So in LR, you can state any domain that relate to your title here. So here, commuter. So maybe you can talk about commuter. Commuter in Sabah and what is or how is the service of e-hailing in Sabah. So that is a part of your LR, and of course you can write more. So here the state history of public transport service in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Long distance bus. Oh, according to my sabah.com. Hmm, 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 hmm. I cannot accept this one. This one is not a valid unless mysabah.com.gov. This ministry related. In this, never mind. So you can change that later. So this one is the example of your LR. Hmm. So for this part, Ian, I want to ask you, how do you measure the satisfaction, or why? How do you measure, or how does this person here?
That part is LR, right? This one is based on other documentations, so it's not our uh,
Mm,
measure. The measure is on
yeah,
the methodology.
yeah. I mean, how does this guy here, based on this person here, how does he measure the satisfaction? Is from this research, actually from this research, did this person mention how he measured the satisfaction of the commuters?
Wong say no. This part is done by Wong, so I'm not
Wang
that sure.
say no. Okay. Since Wang say no, then if actually I have a suggestion for your group. If you find any related paper that do the same thing like this, of course not in KK Sabah. If they have any, for example, maybe it's done in Sarawak or somewhere else. If they have any measurement or any, it's not measurement. If they have anything that they use to measure the satisfaction, maybe you can use to you maybe you can apply the same method into this
Yeah,
research.
we are basing off that as well lah. We are using the similar research
The
like that.
questioning?
Not the questionnaire, the data analysis method. Like we go through like how do they do
Oh,
it like that.
okay. Okay, then okay. But some of you produce with I think Daniel. No, it's not Daniel. Sorry, Daniel. There's one group actually. The title is with the research done by, I'm not sure, but I already see the article, the publication. Anyone do say that you do, you need to state why you don't do, why your research is not the duplication of their work. So for example, like their research, actually they are doing, whose research? I think Noel. If I'm not mistaken, Noel, Wong and Lim, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're doing this. The difference between those Noel and the the data correct. If people say they're doing the same thing, of course you need to be very firm with your research. You need to justify why your research is not duplication work. Okay, you need to know what the novelty of your work. There's one term word. So novelty is something different that you do from other group. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. The novelty of their work is the duration or the time of the data. So the published paper is up to 1 April 2020, if I'm not mistaken, up to 1 April 2020 during the COVID, while their work is up to July or August of 2021. So that is the difference. Even though your research, like same with yours, but yours, the novelty of your work is this research you apply to Sabah commuter, KK commuters. So it's different. Even though you have the same title, but of course you need to state it's different from other paper. Okay, so people, if people or it's not only for research method in your FYP. If the lecturer, of course, the lecturer will shoot you. If I'm one of the examiner, of course, I will find somewhere that I can shoot student to. So you need to know. It's not shoot actually. Ask. So you need to ask. You need to know actually how to answer them. What important is what is the novelty of your work. You need to know what is the difference of your work from other work. Okay.
So do we need to change anything to like differentiate like that?
Your group,
Ah, like just
this
now
one,
the abang that one, the satisfaction that one.
no. This one is adaption, no need.
Oh, okay, okay.
Adaption is allowed. Yeah, adaption is allowed. That means you can use the questionnaire.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's not use. You adapt the question. That one is allowed. I think your group is the one that sent me last time, right, Jonathan? By Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken.
The questionnaire?
So have you already this
Oh yeah, yeah, already.
this
So now I
Jeremiah
update you lah. That means I update you now. So you're seeing now is the
now?
data analysis. So like how we gonna use the data lah. So for like 3.3, the one you're seeing now, this part is like we just say like we will be using the PSPP for our data analysis lah. So for like the convex, the correlations testing, all that, this part. And then this one we also say like we will be using the auto generated charts. This one I will show
By the
you
way, honestly, I
later.
haven't.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I we just did this recently, so yeah, just did this recently. We'll be using auto generated charts from our questionnaire lah, Google
Actually
form.
go
Uh, yeah.
this one.
Sorry, miss.
But never mind. Actually, for all of group tonight, I will. No. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sure if your group the one that I explained using the auto generated chart from Google Form. But yes, you can use this one,
On it's
and you
not
need to explain.
it's not our group.
Huh?
Yeah, it's not us.
I think I forgot. I. hmm, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Daniel. Daniel. That's why your name stuck in my head, Daniel. Yeah. So it's their group, I think. So you
Oh,
can use the Google chat. It's up to you guys. By the way, guys, actually tonight, Friday, I will go and check the research work, your assignment. So maybe tonight I will return to you, especially on Rachel. Okay, Rachel. By the way, Rachel, you enough. So I will respond to you guys again by tonight. Okay, since you have class after this, right? So I mean, like, no, what I said, I am to go to the link again tonight. I'm going to the link and check your progress again tonight. So I will comment on your assignment tonight. Okay. Miss, is this considered valid? .com Malaysia vehicle registration number public bus Sabah. What is this? OLRUs. This is putusan update but.com. Who said this? This is by who? GDP, India GDP. Actually, this data is valid, but I think what you need to do or what you need to find is, oh, you don't give me this link. You can see my screen, right? So you don't give me this link up here. Instead, you write something like this: Malaysian Automotive Association 2019. Okay, don't give me this link. This link is not valid, but this person here, this association is valid. Okay, Jeremiah, not not much progress. This one I will see later. It's okay, Rachel. I will see later on your questionnaire as well and your progress, all of you. Okay. Uh yes, Daniel. It's okay, Daniel. I'm still going to check tonight, but don't worry, I won't give mark. It's just like I will comment on what you can add or what you can do. Okay, don't worry. I think you have class, so do I, so do me. So can we end our class now?
oh, miss. Just saying. When you check our group gun, my RM, if you see the text is bolded or italic gun, that one is subject to change, meaning I just write the template only. So for
Oh,
executions kan, I just write the template first, but then the
mm,
result I will change it later lah, after we done our analysis. Yeah, that's just like that lah. So
okay, understood.
okay,
Okay, boss. Okay. So I think we can dismiss now. So regarding your midterm, if you have any problem regarding the article, you can ask me. Okay? Except don't ask me the question. I do not know how to. Okay, bye. Bye guys. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.